reality is, for you to really change someone's life, money now is much more valuable than money later, because money later may never come. And also I know with these companies, you get paid at the end of the month by them of all the income from your business. So you technically work for them. Because people say to me all the time, oh, I'm really overwhelmed. I was like, well, you are right now, but in maybe 12 months time, you'll look back and be like, I could do that now easily. Today, I'm gonna give you the secrets of the biggest mistakes I see people making over and over again in the fitness industry, looking to build their business. And these would be the exact things I would do if I didn't want to make money. And these are the exact things I see people coming to us doing all the time. And more scaringly, people are actually telling them to do this stuff. Number one, this is chronic, like the plague of the Black Death in the UK and the British fitness industry. And that's charging your clients monthly. Now, there's a couple of big problems with this. From the client's perspective, most people who come to you are going to need more than 4 weeks to see the end outcome of what they want to achieve. We'll say that's probably fair. Now, based upon that, you're selling them something which isn't actually the solution. You're selling them the part solution. So what we push our business clients to do, and what we do in our own fitness business, because what we do is we just teach you what we do and how we created a multiple seven-figure fitness business. It's been featured in Forbes, Men's Health, Apple News, is this. We focus on selling 6 to 12 month programs. Now, the reality is, for you to really change someone's life, you need 6 to 12 months. Can you get someone lean in 12 weeks? Yes. Can you change someone's life permanently in 12 weeks? Probably not. And most people coming to you are probably going to want more of a longer term result rather than the short term quick fix. Now, short term quick fix programs work to get people into your business. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the real meat and bones and meat and potatoes of building business. So what you want, for the client's sake, is for them to actually be bought into the process. So if someone signs up for a 6 to 12 month program, you will get way better results with them if they pay up front. Because psychologically, they're committed, they're all in. They've drawn a line in the sand, they've stepped over it, they're in. Like, I'm gonna fucking make this change, I'm gonna work with Charlie, I'm gonna become the person I wanna be. It's so, so important. From a business point of view, that means you're gonna get a better transformation. You're gonna get more referrals, more recommendations. The business will grow organically. And what I want you to think about is trying to use clients to acquire more clients, which is essentially what we do. So you wanna get one client, brings another client, it's like a multiplier effect, right? And this is how your business grows on autopilot without you really having to do anything. Now, when we look at this from a business point of view, money now is much more valuable than money later, because money later may never come. So it's very important that you get the money into the business early. And what you can also do is when you have the money into the business, you can then go and leverage that into things like paid advertising, like I talked about in the previous podcast, to help you acquire more clients. Sneaky side note for his tip, anyone who runs paid ads, put them on your American Express card, or if you're in Dubai, on your Emirates MBD Skywards card, because you get shitloads of points, which means you can travel the world for free and stay in fancy hotels. Intersect. When we come back to monthly, the other reason why monthly is a really poor choice is the fact that you'll find that clients will drop off a lot. So if you charge clients monthly, a good retention rate sometimes would be some of the best. One of our clients, say Adam Lowe, he has clients, I think, say 7 months. But statistically, I see most people tend to have 3 to 4 months in the industry. The reality is then if you're selling 6-month programs, what happens is you get an extra 2 months off a lot of people. Over multiple clients, that's a big change in your business. Now, the reality with this as well is it's much quicker to then build your income up and then actually build a successful business, and has you much more of a stable foundation. Now, why I think this is a problem in the UK is that people have a very scarcity mindset and they believe people don't have the money or people aren't willing to pay the money. Now, that's your fault, because you listening there to this, if your client knew everything you knew about what you do and how you could help them and change their life, would they pay the money up front? Yes. So at the moment, you're just not articulating that correctly so they understand how you can change their life. And this is the big problem. And this is actually a sales skills issue and an offer issue in terms of it's not an irresistible enough offer for the client to want to do it. So big mistake most people make, number one, is monthly. Second biggest mistake I see people make, charging too little. Again, UK thing, charging far too less. It tends to be less with our American clients we work with. Now, when it comes to business, you have to think about things very, very critically. The more you charge, the bigger the profit margin you have, the more room you have for error in terms of growing the business, the more room you have actually in terms of reinvesting the profit you have back into the front end of the business to get more clients, to then make more profit, and then the merry-go-round goes round. The business grows quicker and quicker. So you want to focus on higher price points. You don't want to be doing £150 a month coaching programs. You don't do £100 a month coaching programs. And to be transparent, when I started, I remember sitting in my sofa in the UK, I was doing £40 a month for a coaching program. And I was making PDF documents on Word and typing them out, and they take me fucking ages. Now we have all these software and systems, like Kahunas, which is great, that systematize and make these things super simple for us. So use the software, charge what you're worth, and don't be afraid to charge more. Now, if you're at the beginning phases of your business and you haven't got huge amounts of clients and you need more social proof, here's an easy tip. Think of someone you know who's a genetic freak. We all know those mutants in life. Get said genetic freak. Be like, I'm going to call him Dave because I have a friend called Dave who's a genetic freak. And I'd be like, okay, Dave, look, I want an experiment and I want a case study. I will get you in the best shape of your life for free, but let me take you before and after photo of you. One of the things that really blew up my business is I had a family friend called Max who I got in the best shape of his life. He was a good looking guy and he competed, and that got me a lot of clients, got me a lot of traction at the beginning. So if you're in that position, you don't have many people you work with, then I would try that. Now, the reality is, don't be afraid that everyone can't afford your program. Because what you also find is the people who pay the least are the biggest problem and the biggest pain in the ass. The people who pay the most are the easiest clients to deal with. Because one, they're busy, not want to jump on Zoom all the time and have fucking chit chat and like counseling session, which is what I see sometimes with some of these programs. And number two is they're smart, intelligent, they have money, they're just going to execute and do what they're told to do. They're incredibly coachable. They just want the end result, which is what you're here to deliver. So second piece of advice is make sure you charge what you're worth. The minimum I would suggest people charge, if you're in the UK, is £250, US $300 upwards. That is a very fair rate, provided your service is good. If you're not sure if your service is good enough, look at the results you get with your clients. If you don't have many clients, look at the results you get yourself. What do you look like? Do you look like you're in good shape? Do you look like a good advertisement for your program? This is really important to think. Fitness is a very visual thing. Like, you are a representation of your business, which is why I'm gobsmacked why out-shape personal trainers actually get any clients. So point number two is make sure you charge what you're worth. Number three, now this is completely pure madness, and this is using software systems that take 30% of your revenue. Now, I'm not going to say any names, but there's a Scandinavian company that takes 30% of their revenue, of clients' revenue, and then they will also tell you to sell monthly programs. The reason they tell you to sell monthly programs is because of the fact that they don't want you to realize how much comes off the top if you get a big payment coming full. And also, I know with these companies, you get paid at the end of the month by them of all the income from your business. So you technically work for them. Now, the reality is, let's say you give 30% of your gross revenue off the top to a software company like Company X in Scandinavia. Now, by the time you add tax on top of that, or say you're in the UK, it's VAT, 20%, so you're at 50%. You've got corporation tax, which is like another 20, 25%. So you're at 70%. There's 70% of your income gone before you've even taken in operating costs. Okay, so say you've got you've got some operation costs, there's another 20%. So 10% of the income of your business, you're actually keeping yourself. Now that is quite frankly retarded. And this is something I actually see happening a lot. Now, the most important thing to think about with your business is not the revenue, it's what you take home at the end of the day. How much money do you actually get personally out of the business at the end of the month? Now, it's different in terms of two things, I'd say. And this is very much my thought process on business. Sometimes I don't even try and make money. Is I think about reaping and sowing. I'll take all the money we make, throw it in fucking software systems, masterminds, mentors, pay traffic, just to like get momentum and build new stuff to keep growing trajectory, right? And that sowing phase then creates a very bountiful reaping phase. And so don't get afraid to spend money in the business, but make sure that your business is actually set up with good foundations and you know your numbers, that you can actually build your business effectively and have a profit at the end of the day to pay yourself. Because this is actually the point of the business, right? Business is there to make money, to serve you. And a huge framework you have to think about is the business is there to work for you, you not to work for it, which is why I say to everyone we work with, I don't give a shit about making you $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. I'm not creating you a job. We're not building you a job. We build you a business that works on systems. So if you want to go to the Maldives for 5 days and not do any work, you still have money coming in. And these are the really important things to learn. When it comes to setting up your business correctly, it's having the right foundational frameworks. Number 4, huge misconception, and that's not focusing on personal development. And if I'd said that to myself at 22, 23, I'd be like, what the fuck is he talking about personal development for? But the older I get, the more I realize the skills that you need to make 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month are completely different. And the person you have to become to have a business that makes 10K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, or multiple businesses that do 6 figures a month, in my case, you have to learn a lot of different skills, a lot of different mindset shift, and break a lot of limiting beliefs in terms of how to manage all these spinning plates. Because people say to me all the time, oh, I'm really overwhelmed. I was like, well, you are right now, but in maybe 12 months' time, you'll look back and be like, I could do that now easily. Because you just haven't got the skills yet to handle that. You're overwhelmed because you don't know how to deal with it, and you haven't got the experience yet, which is why personal development is so important. So the best ways to really focus on personal development: 1, masterminds and mentorships and being around people who are crushing it every single day. Number 2, reading the right books. So one of the big things I always do is recommend books to people, depending on what they need at the time. Number 3 is listening and watching the right information on social media, so your brain has the right stuff to listen to. If anyone wants a really good book, that's what to set off the top, anything by Brian Tracy's Gangster will really, really help you. The next biggest mistake I see in the fitness industry is this. And this is actually why I nearly didn't do business coaching, create a mastermind, and help other fitness professionals do what you do. And that's, you have to be able to walk the walk of what you actually do, right? Like, I wouldn't teach this stuff if we weren't actively doing it, if I hadn't actively done it. And why would a client come to you to get in the best shape of their life if you're not in good shape or have never been in good shape? So I say to a lot of people, it's like, you want to make more money? Drop 10 pounds. Get in better shape. Because guess what? You want to be the aspirational character at the front of your business. And it's fucking hard truths right now. If you look at yourself in the mirror like, oh, I'm a guy, my biceps are a bit small, I'm soft, I've got no abs, like, I don't really train that hard. Like, this is the problem. And then if you're also in a position where you're struggling with content, I don't know what to talk about, what to do, it's probably because you don't know enough. So if you're that person right now, what you want to do, and you also want to charge more, is you need to focus and get in better shape. So you need to get better skills to learn how to become a better trainer, become a better athlete. When you have those skills and that knowledge, it's then easier to make more content. When you have more skills and more knowledge and you can make better content, you can also charge more because you can help people more, and you'll believe in your ability to charge people more. So the next big mistake people make is not actually practicing what they preach and being in great shape. And that's why for me with 7-figure scaling system is like this. I'm the highest level of authority in the industry. No BS. There is no other person in the world who has an online fitness business at my level who's teaching this. So I'm the guy who does the thing. I'm the person who teaches other people to do the thing successfully. And we're giving you everything we do right now for free on these podcasts, on YouTube, on Instagram. You can get a 4C course below this video, which has all of the like tricks and tips and everything we do on social media. So you can hit the link below this. And that's the key, is you actually walk the walk of what you do. Your business will grow because people will come to you because they want to be like you. Number 6, and this is the secret to my success. And this is probably my favorite saying. And the biggest mistake most people make is they think how, not who. Now, if you want to be successful at something, what you want to do is think this: who, not how. Who is the person who can help me make 50K a month in fitness? Who's the person who can help me make 100K a month in fitness? Who's the person who's actually done that? Who's the person who's still doing that? Not saying you can't work with me, but you can maybe try and find someone else who does that, because I don't think there is anyone out there. Now, with that being said, why I say this is the secret to my success, when I was 26, 27, the first time I got in really good shape, I had a coach, he got me in really good shape. I was like, this is relatively easy. I just did what they told me to do. So, and it worked. And then business side of things, I hired people to help me with business. And I was like, I started to make money because I just did what they told me to do. I was like, this is really simple. And guess what I continue to do? Now we make hundreds of thousands every month. When I work out what the big problem is, the thing I need to fix next, I think who, not how. Who's the person who can fix this problem? I go give them some money. They fix the problem. The business grows. I get to the next level. I learn a new skill that then compounds upon everything else I have. I get to the next level. I find the next problem. I hire the next person. And that's what I will continually do for the next 30, 40 years until I get bored, because I enjoy the game of business. And if you're in the position right now where your business is stuck and you're not working with someone and you haven't got someone who can actually set out the path for you to what to do, this is a big fucking problem. And this is why you're stuck. And the most important thing you need to think about is this: ignorance tax. Now, ignorance tax is the difference of the money you should be making versus what you are making right now. And I'm going to say this an example of, say you make 10K a month right now online coaching. My opinion, it's not a lot. Now, say you want to make 20K. So ignorance tax is costing you £10,000 or dollars a month not knowing how to do that. Over the next 6 months, the remainder of this year, that's £60,000 or dollars, because you just don't know how to do it. Something that loads of other people can do. We've taught many people to do. I was doing this 5-6 years ago. You just don't know how. Information's out there. You just haven't gone and sorted it and executed it. And if you're in that position right now where you're stuck, we would love to help. Being the only person who's actually doing the thing and teaching the thing, message me on my main Instagram account, Charlie Johnson Fitness Scale, to find out how we can help you. And if you want free access to our 4C course, hit the link below this video and you get free access to all the tips and secrets we've learned with social media that's helped us generate over $5 million over the last few years. If this podcast was helpful, smash the like button, drop a comment below, and make sure you share it with a friend who needs to see this.